Great to have you with us. I am Daniel Dazi. Let's take you back to the headquarters of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, where General Secretary Johnson Esedun Keta is currently addressing the media. Just gone by, he was talking about how the Office of Special Prosecutor needs to be resourced. He was outlining a number of corruption allegations which have been unresolved by government.
So we said that we are calling on Mr. Osafo Mafo and Diajamai to clarify their ownership interest in some of these private audit firms that conducted the ghost audits, in particular, Bafua Wua and Associates. We further call on the Secretary to the Cabinet, Madam Deborah Kakari, to make public her findings on the corporates who leaked the bogus Cabinet Committee report to the MPP press or otherwise resign from office for violating her constitutional oath of office and the provisions of the State Secrets Act. We finally call upon President Nana Akufo-Addo to call his hounds to order, fix the economy, and address the serious issues of misgovernance, incompetence, and unkept promises. We thank you very much for your attendance, and may God bless our homeland.
Thank you, General. Now the floor is yours. Please, you mentioned your name and your media house. Right.
Somebody should give me a pen.
My name is Melania. I work with City TV and CTF. I believe there are legal avenues that the NDC can use to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Still watching Joy News today. Pictures on your screen now coming live from the headquarters of the opposition National Democratic Congress. Johnson Esedun Keta, General Secretary of the party, just wrapped up with his address to the media, key among which are calls for full disclosure from board chair for the audit service, Edward Dia Ajimai, who is also a former Auditor General and Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafo, saying that some private firms have been contracted to conduct audits on behalf of the audit service. Now, they are asking why those particular private audit firms were hired in the first place. They are demanding answers from these persons. We'll take you back there when the question and answer session begins officially. But still, in other stories, the First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump, is collaborating with the First Lady of Ghana, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, to improve on healthcare delivery for children. Mrs. Trump arrived in the country a little over an hour ago, and she's in the company of Ghana's First Lady at the Child Unit of the Accra Regional Hospital, where she is billed to make some donations to the unit. My colleague Hannah Odame is with the team and joins us live from the Accra Regional Hospital with the latest. Hannah, where is Mrs. Trump now, and what has been happening where she is?
Daniel, she's currently at the Rage Hospital. She arrived about an hour ago, and when she did, she met with the First Lady behind closed doors at the airport. From there, we all came to the Rage Hospital, and she donated some items to the mothers who were at the child welfare clinic, and she carried a baby. She spoke to the mother, she spoke to the baby, and then afterwards, she's going to the OPD of the main hospital to donate a phototherapy machine. And I've been told that that's one of the best and powerful machines that children with neonatal jaundice have to use. And I spoke to Dr. Shefenyo, who is a medical director at the Rage Hospital, who tells me this is a big plus to the hospital because they receive a lot of cases with neonatal jaundice almost every day. And so having this equipment will help them. They do have one anyway, but then having an additional, what he calls powerful one of the best in the world, is obviously going to complement their work here. Daniel, I have the mother of the boy who was picked by Mrs. Trump to tell us how excited she is here about Mrs. Trump picking her son and carrying him. How are you, Janet? Welcome to the news.
Hello.
Yeah, your son is a star this afternoon because he was picked by Mrs. Trump, and she actually had a conversation with him. How did you feel about it? How old is your son?
6 months, and I was very happy. Yeah, very, very happy.
I guess you have something to tell him in the future.
Yes, I'm just going to tell him that he was carried by the first lady of the U.S. Yeah.
That's a good day for her. She's Janet. She just spoke to us about how excited she is that the first lady selected her son, picked him, and then cuddled him and spoke to him. That's what is happening here. Currently, we are going to the main OPD to do the donation for the phototherapy machine. From there, we'll move to the villa, the first lady's villa, and then we'll continue her visit to Ghana. Hello, Daniel.
Right, thank you very much, Hannah, for joining us with that update. We'll be coming to you as and when there's more to report. Now, hundreds of customers of the First Allied Savings and Loans company have been demonstrating on major streets in Kumasi to protest unpaid deposits. Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei Bonsu has been assuaging these customers' fears, and he tells them that their concerns will be addressed. However, this morning, Prince Appiah joined the demonstrators before they set off. Right, let's go live to Prince Appiah now. He joins us on phone. Prince, what has Simon Osei Mensah, the Ashanti Regional Minister, been telling these demonstrators?
Hello, Daniel. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am asking if the Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei Mensah has been addressing these demonstrators.
Yes, he's been speaking to them. A few minutes ago, he assured the demonstrators that government is going to put in measures to facilitate the processes so that these customers get their grievances addressed. Basically, these customers want to retrieve their deposits from the savings and loan company, and so the regional minister says they are going to hold a series of meetings with management of these financial institutions to ensure that, to find out whether they will be able to give their deposits to the customers or whatever solution they might prescribe. They would met that out to the customers.
Were the customers satisfied with these words?
Not entirely satisfied, but that is all that they had available now, because what they say is that for almost 4 months now, they've been running around trying to get somebody to talk to. Want some response from authorities, they've not heard anything. So with this coming from the regional minister, it is a step in the right direction. But of course, they were not entirely satisfied. But they believe that at least it's going to yield some positive results.
One of the demonstrators you spoke to threatened that if they do not get the answers they are looking for, they would march on Accra, Jubilee House to be precise. Did the customers give any indication that this ride to Accra will come off?
Now, what they are saying is that they are waiting on the regional minister, and after a week, if they don't hear anything from the regional minister as promised, then they'll move straight. All of them bus themselves to Accra and continue the demonstration now to the Flagstaff House.
Thank you very much, Prince Appiah, for that update from Kumasi. Now, pollster Ben Efson has described Joy News' upcoming documentary, Who Killed the Judges, as a bold step to reconstruct history. The documentary is the first of Joy News' latest special assignment on crimes that shook the nation. According to Ben Efson, it's an important documentary because about 80% of Ghana's population were simply too young at the time to appreciate the incident. He spoke to Joy News' Joseph Akable.
So for the population, 80%, the oldest was 8 years when this thing happened. So anybody who says that it's unnecessary, they may not know this demographic statistics. It's important that these are events that will ever be a blot on the country's history.
Meanwhile, son of one of the judges involved in that 36-year-old incident, Kwabena Ejapong, has been recounting memories from that day.
I just went and slept. So it was only in the morning that we had a loud knock on the door, and it was coming from our next door neighbors, and that happened to be Justice Pokusakode. So the wife came to come and inform my dad that last night the husband had been picked, and that she saw them. I think she argued a bit, but they were able to take the husband away. But apparently it was after that that they came to our house. We're not the next door neighbors. So I didn't even get it. I just got rushed up to my father's bedroom to go and tell him what has happened. I got to the bedroom, he wasn't there. So I went to my mother's room. I said, "Where's his daddy?" She said, "He should be asleep." So he's not there. I went downstairs, and the food remained the same way he left it. You know, not finished eating, nobody had touched it, you know, so we were confused. Then I also ran out of the house and went to Justice Eduse's house, which is just across. The judges used to stay around the Ridge area. So it was when I got to Justice Eduse's house that he confirmed that this was what he called Justice Apalu, who was then the Chief Justice at the time. So it was then that we realized that there was something serious happening, and that some 3 judges had been picked the previous night.
A young poet, Sabuki Osabute, has been wrapping all up artistically in the following piece.
If their souls could speak, they would tell of a good story, a story that will keep mouths quivering, a story that will be the unending truth on the tongues of future generations, a story that will bring their children peace, a story that will be history, but this untold story is left behind. Justice Kojo Ejapong, Justice Frederick Poku Sarkodie, Justice Cecilia Afran Kranting Ado, who killed the judges.
Well, the mystery will be solved tonight on the Joy News channel, the Joy Prime channel in Joy 99.7 FM at 8:30 p.m. It's also live on Adum TV, and it will stream on myjoyonline.com and our social media pages. You don't want to miss this opportunity to make a sense of this important part of our history. It's now time for us to take these important messages. We'll be right back with more news. Thanks for staying with us. Now, prospective owners and occupants of the Asokore Mampong affordable housing project site will have the benefits of clean water, biogas and fertilizer from treated waste. Managers of the project are constructing central sewage systems to connect all apartments to address critical sanitation challenges. Project consultant Ernest Banning spoke with Love FM's Nana Sensumenta on the occasion of International Habitat Day themed Solid Waste Management.
Sitting on a 50-acre land, the 1,098 apartment housing project, which commenced about 11 years ago, is at its final stage of construction. Over 3,000 potential inhabitants will generate huge volumes of waste. In a country where the top 10 diseases for outpatient department attendants are sanitation related, managers of the project are exploring waste recycling options. So we are here at the Asokore Mampong municipality where we have the affordable housing project. As you can see, the project is still underway. But today is World Habitat Day as earmarked by the United Nations. And the theme for this year's program is management of solid waste. So we are here to find out how management is going to manage the solid waste of prospective residents. And this project is expected to contain over 3,000 residents and is handed over to government next year. Project consultant Ernest Bannon throws more light on the new technology.
That project we are doing out there is not, strictly speaking, a biogas plant per se. It is a whole central sewage system, and the biogas unit is part of it. It's only a component of the whole thing. Now, what it means is that, you see, all the effluent coming from the houses, all the apartments, are going to be led through a pipe network into the plant. And this will go through some processes, partly aerobic.
Despite delays by poor weather conditions and inadequate materials by suppliers, consultants are poised to meet the deadline by the end of 2018.
We are pushing very hard to get this project completed by the end of December. But the board is resolved that this project should be completed by the end of December. And so this is our target.
Mr. Bannon discounts suggestions the facility has already been given out to party faithfuls and their families.
I think it's all a fallacy. You see, these are wild rumors. People are buying. If you go to Accra, even some friends of mine have bought it. Yesterday, I was at a funeral in Kumasi, Saturday, and people were asking me, I said, look, just apply to SNIC. If even you did the letter, I can take it up to the management myself. So people are buying. And it's neither here nor there. If you're talking about NPP or NDC, we are all Ghanaians, and the facility is open to all. Because at the end of the day, the government wants to recoup the money put into the project.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Asensumensa.
And that report was part of yesterday's commemoration of International Habitat Day. Now, days ago, a homeless 4-year-old boy died in his sleep when a truck loaded with oranges crashed on him as he slept on CMB pavement here in Accra. His homeless mother had gone to buy oranges to sell, only to return to the lifeless body of her son. Our reporter Emmanuel Jevenu spent the night on the streets of Accra. Most of the homeless people he spoke to said they are forced to sleep in front of shops and pavements due to the high rates of accommodation in Accra.
This is the CMB area in Accra. It currently hosts a huge population of headquarters growing by the day. It is 8 p.m. and the frontage of shops here are gridlocked with dozens of women covered with cloth, trying to catch some sleep before returning to the following day's hustle. Auntie Ruth is a cleaner. Just like many others here, she's unable to rent an apartment and thus has resorted to passing the night in front of shops in the city center. She recounts a horrific accident in which a truck loaded with oranges crashed a nephew, killing him instantly.
The truck was set to offload oranges in the market when its brake failed, crashing the head of the child, who was lying on the floor. He died on the spot. The mother had gone to buy goods when the incident happened. And I was also not around. By the time the mother returned, the accident had occurred and the boy was dead. The corpse has been deposited at the Ghana Police Hospital. We are afraid these big trucks may one day run over us too. If we had a decent place to rent and sleep, we would not be here risking our lives sleeping in front of these shops.
These quarters live in constant fear as they are exposed to persons who assault and steal from them. They are exposed to harsh weather conditions, and the continuous flooding worsens their woes.
Ghana should help us so that we will get good place to sleep. And even though where we are sleeping to, there is thieves. They are stealing us. They will steal us. We are even tired, Kurampo. We are begging Nana to help us so that we will do whatever we want. And Nana too should help us to get work to do, good work, and so many things. For the reindeer, it's not fair. The rain will beat us. Even afternoon time, we don't have even sitting place to sit down and the rain go before we come out. We were just standing on the rain. Even our workplace, there is rain. Our sleeping place, there is rain. So we don't know. We don't know how to do again.
Like some people, some are top and some people are sleeping at the down there. So if it's raining, we will just get up and be standing. We will not sleep. We will stand till daybreak or till the rain stops.
Ghana, according to experts, is currently experiencing a housing glut. But many low and middle income earners cannot afford decent accommodation. Ironically, the 1,500 Saglami housing project continues to gather dust while these poor and vulnerable fellows sleep outside. All they are asking for is to be helped to get off the streets.
If government can build affordable houses for us and charge us at least 1 Ghana cedi for each night, we will very much appreciate it. So that when we are done selling our goods, we can just leave this place and go and sleep.
Could a real affordable housing project be the solution for people like Auntie Ru, for example? Emmanuel Jivenu's report for Joy News.
Now, 115 suspects have been arrested between January and August 2018 for engaging in illegal mining in the Etiwa forest in the eastern region. A number of them have been jailed, others are fined, whilst others are still in court. The activities of these individuals, according to the Forestry Commission, is causing enormous devastation to the forest reserve. This came up when the Eastern Regional Manager of the Forestry Commission, Mr. Yao Etuahininyako, led a team of forest rangers, military men and some journalists to the forest to assess the level of devastation. Maxwell Kudeko reports.
We are presently at the radius of the 232 kilometer square Etiwa forest. This is a national reserve. We've been walking for 3.5 hours right from the Aquadum side of the forest to the center where we presently are. We're on the mission to have a feel of the devastation caused within the Etiwa Forest Reserve, where we had all species of trees here. But unfortunately, unscrupulous persons have pulled down the trees. Mr. Tuahini is the regional manager for the Forestry Commission in the Eastern region. Access to this forest is not that easy. What has been the major challenge for officials manning this facility? And going forward, what do we intend to do to prevent people from entering this facility, let alone causing that devastation?
Yeah, preventing entry will be very difficult. And as you're saying, access is not easy. It's not easy to get to this point. And that is what makes our work difficult. Because after walking over 3 hours and making an arrest and going back, these people are so daring that tomorrow or the next 2 days later they'll be here. So coming, making arrests, going has been we feel that it is not working very well. In fact, that is the main reason why we are here with the other managers, the manager, the district manager, and my deputy. We are all here to look at the situation, assess it, and see if we can change the way we operate and arrest them. Whether we have to pitch camp here for some time and then be rotating our people here, because arresting people here, going, you can't come again tomorrow or the next. You're already tired, and they will rather come back and do the same thing again. So the distance has been a very, very, very big obstacle for us. What makes us scary is the sensitive area that they are operating. You see these water bodies here. These are the streams that build up to form the Densu, the Ayinsu, and the Brim. And when you talk about Densu, you know what I'm talking about. We are talking about the river, the main source of water feeding Accra to Wija. And these small water bodies you see here, they come together to form that Densu. So that is that is what scares us. It has been tough, but we made it to this point, and I'm sure we'll make it back.
The number of arrests, but at the end of the day, we don't hear anything. Are you somehow demotivated after effecting arrests and the system is not supporting or prosecuting or getting people in jail or behind bars or people paying for the devastation there, of course? Do you sometimes get disappointed?
A bit, but for us in Eastern region, I think we've been quite lucky. We've had a lot of the arrests, the prosecutions have almost been successful. And of late, people have been going to jail for 4 years, 10 years, but they still come. That's why I'm saying we are here to look at the way we do things. Maybe we have to find another means of preventing or protecting this place. Because you arrest, last week 4 people were arrested, this week 4 people were arrested, but you come back next week and they are still here. See, the forest, as you said, 232 kilometers squared, very big forest. And anybody can, pass anywhere, enter. And look at the distance that we've covered to get to this place, over 3 hours walk. So they come and hide deep in the forest and they do their activities. It's not easy to spot where they are. If you don't get information or intelligence from anywhere, you may not even know where they're hiding. That has been the difficulty.
So you heard from the regional manager for the Forestry Commission in the Eastern Region, Mr. Chiahini. It has not been easy. It's been over 3 hours. Only God knows how we're going to get out of this forest. For Joy News, Maxwell Kudeko reporting.
I can assure you Maxwell made his way back to file that report. But away from that, leveraging hot air balloon technology could boost Ghana's tourism offerings. That's been the discussion after media personalities Israel Lai and Nanaba Namwa flew up the Afienya Shire Hills of planes on day 2 of phase 2 of the Cowbell in the Sky project. The two say they were left awed by the picturesque landscape after doing the 50-minute flight. For Nanaba, the tourism ministry should take the lead in this area, even though there is some collaboration between the tourism ministry and Cowbell Ghana.
Day 2 of the second phase of the Cowbell in the Sky project. We're here on a football field inside Afienya, which is not too far away from the Afienya police station. And the team is expected to fly from here and land at a school, which is not too far from here. Gladly, we have the participants who are going to be flying today, our own Israel Lai and GH1 TV's Nanaba Anamwa. We're going to be speaking to them on what their expectations are, and hopefully, once they fly and touch down at the landing site, we'll pick their experiences. And I know for sure that Israel is the bolder of the two, but I can't really say that for Nanaba Anamwa. But let's hear from them directly. Let me get Israel Lai now. Thank you very much, Israel.
Aye, Komla.
Would it be your first time flying on a hot air balloon?
Yeah, very first time.
Okay.
I haven't actually come anywhere close to a hot air balloon before.
Okay. And do you have butterflies already?
No.
I have told them that you are the bolder of the two between you and Anaba.
Well, yeah, I really don't have much of a problem. I actually don't think that Nanaba is that scared. From engaging with her, she's pretty fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we're good.
Okay. And did you get the memo that you're supposed to dress up this way to get here and to do the balloon?
No. I just felt that it's something sporty, and so I should just wear something like this. But what I'm actually not sure of is whether I should have worn something on top of this, because I'm thinking that going up into the sky is going to get cold. But maybe it won't be that cold, or we won't get to that point where it's that cold.
Okay. And in South Africa and Kenya and all these other places, this particular technology, we are told, rakes in a lot of revenue for them. in terms of the tourism value of these technologies. Do you think if this is scaled up and finally brought into the country, we're going to be able to, maximize the potentials we have, especially because of the landscapes that we have around these parts?
I should think so. I should think so. But more importantly, I think this, what I really love about this project that's going on is the fact that we're giving the students an opportunity to experience some of the things they learn in school. So you hear all about hot air balloons and helium and all that, but now you get a practical feel of all that.
Second participants, the personality.
Exciting times for all of our colleagues. You're still watching Joy News Today. I am Daniel Dazi. We'll take these important messages. We'll be right back.